Chapter 9. Descending the Cliff. In the following days, when he was hungry, he ate the birds that had been sucked in and died by crashing into the cave. He spent most of his time each day carefully observing the stone bead, using the dew that appeared on it to wipe his arm each time. Gradually, his arm completely recovered. He was extremely attentive to this dew, accumulating a fair amount in a bird's skull one day. He evenly sprinkled the dew he had collected over several days onto a strip of cloth, carefully wrapped the stone bead within it, and hung it around his neck. After tugging it a few times to ensure it wouldn't fall off, he took advantage of the interval between the suction forces to go to the cave entrance. Gritting his teeth, he tore off most of his clothes, tied them together, fixed one end to a nearby rock, and tied the other end around his waist. He then carefully began to climb down. After descending about 15 to 20 meters, his hand suddenly slipped, and his body fell rapidly. Fortunately, the cloth strip provided some support. His body swung, and he quickly grabbed onto a protruding branch. At that moment, the cloth strip snapped in the middle, and the part tied to his waist swayed back and forth in mid-air. Wang Lin broke out in a cold sweat. Looking down, he saw it was still about 20 meters to the bottom. With one hand gripping the branch, he quickly grabbed the cloth strip with the other and laboriously tied it to the branch, only then letting out a sigh of relief. Moving carefully, it took him a long time to finally approach the cliff face again and continue his descent. When he was only a few meters from the bottom, his cloth strip had reached its limit. Without hesitation, Wang Lin quickly jumped down. The cloth strip, unable to bear the weight, snapped again, but it slightly slowed his fall. The fierce wind whistled past his face, and a series of branches snapped. At the moment of landing, he struggled to control his body, landing on his toes first, then curling into a ball and rolling on the ground. Using the momentum, the rocks on the ground were like sharp knives, cutting into his body, leaving bloody wounds. Especially his right leg was pierced by a sharp rock, the bone visible through the wound. Wang Lin breathed rapidly, his eyes dazed. With difficulty, he took the cloth strip containing the stone bead from his neck and put it in his mouth, sucking the moist dew with his tongue. After a while, he struggled to sit up, his hands trembling as he unwrapped the cloth. He squeezed it over the wound on his right leg, letting a few drops fall. A cool sensation spread from the wound. After doing this, he weakly collapsed to the ground, silently praying that no wild animals would come before he recovered. Just then, shouts came from afar.
铁柱, where are you?
Wang Lin was startled. Listening carefully, he recognized his father's voice. Without time to think, he mustered all his strength and shouted,
Dad, I'm here.
An arc of rainbow-colored light shot swiftly across the sky. It paused, hovering above Wang Lin's position on the cliff face, before plunging downward like a bolt of lightning. When the light dissipated, the Hengyu sect's disciple Zhang was revealed. His brow furrowed as he looked at Wang Lin, with Wang Lin's father securely held at his side.
铁柱, why did you do this? Why were you so desperate? Did you think about what your mother and I would do if you died?
Wang Lin's father, seeing his son, immediately burst into tears, ran to Wang Lin and hugged him, crying. Wang Lin was taken aback. After a moment's thought, he realized his father had mistaken his actions for a suicide attempt. Looking at his wounds and wretched state, he couldn't help but smile bitterly. The Zhang disciple glanced at Wang Lin, looked up, spotted the cloth strips, leaped up, and in a few moves climbed to the cave. Just then, the suction force suddenly appeared. His face showed surprise, but quickly returned to normal. Unperturbed by the suction, he scanned inside, and then gently landed.
Your child attempted suicide, but was sucked into this naturally formed wind eye, which is why he didn't die from the fall. Now that Wang Lin has been found, the matter will be decided by the elders upon returning to the sect.
After speaking, he swept his sleeve, grabbed Wang Lin and his father, and swiftly left the place. Soon they arrived at the foot of the Hengyu sect's mountain, and easily ascended to the top via the steps. Returning to the familiar place, Wang Lin felt complex emotions. Several people stood on the mountaintop, all wearing expressions of disgust. The Zhang disciple hurried forward and whispered into one person's ear. That person frowned deeply.
Since he has been found, Take him to the guest room to see his mother.
In the guest room, Wang Ling's mother saw her son and immediately burst into tears. She hugged him tightly, sobbing with a loving scolding from his parents' account. Wang Ling learned the whole story. After he ran away from home, his parents immediately returned to the Wang family and found his fourth uncle. Worried about his safety, the three approached Wang Zhuo's father. Due to fourth uncle's insistence, Wang Zhuo's father reluctantly contacted all the family relatives to jointly petition the Hangyu sect, pleading for help in the search. The Hangyu sect encountered such a situation for the first time and initially wanted to ignore it. But since Wang Lin had run away because he wasn't accepted, if something really happened to him, although they didn't care about a mortal's life, if this matter spread through the villagers' gossip, probably few parents would send their children for testing in the future. After consideration, they sent a few people to search nearby. Wang Ling's father, worried, went along. This led to the previous scene. Before long, someone brought herbal soup. Tiezhu's mother quickly thanked them and carefully fed Wang Ling the medicine made by the immortal sect. Was highly effective. Wang Ling felt his body recover significantly, and the pain from his wounds eased considerably. His parents' concerned words kept reaching Wang Ling's ears. He wanted to explain but thought his parents might not believe him. At that very moment, in the main hall of the Hangyu sect, several elders sat listening to the Zhang disciple recount the process of finding Wang Ling. After a long time, a red-faced elder slapped the table.
What does a mortal's life or death have to do with us cultivators? Look at the cultivation sects in the Zhao Kingdom. Which one is as disorderly as us? Actually sending people to search for a child who attempted suicide after not being selected. It is truly shameful. Elder Ma is quite right. Among all the sects in Zhao, our Hangyu is the most improper. But if that child had really died near our sect, it would certainly affect future disciple recruitment. Parents thinking their child might commit suicide if not accepted. Frankly, it is because our Hangyu sect has declined and needs to select many suitable disciples from mortals. If it were 500 years ago, we wouldn't take care about their lives or mortal opinions. This youth attempted suicide once. He might attempt it again. To avoid future trouble, let's make an exception and accept him as a registered disciple.
After speaking, he glanced sideways at the middle-aged man and closed his eyes, saying no more.